Walmart issues another warning to the U.S. economy. They're seeing signs of, well, a failing economy because people are not spending their money like they were. They're even closing some stores. Wow. Also, let's talk about what Trump just said that could shock literally everyone when it comes to American politics and American tax. We wouldn't need the IRS if Trump gets back in, if he holds to what he just said. And then we're going to talk about the fact of what is happening with our banks and our society. Some startling news came out about those two. Let's jump into all these stories today and how all this really comes back to one thing: leadership. Do we have good leadership or not? Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome to The Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. If you are new to the channel, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that's okay, but let us know what you think about the content of today. We humbly ask if you like it. Thumbs up means the world. It helps us share our message across this platform. If you think this is pertinent and something important, share it with other people that you know, because our goal is to gain common sense and having wisdom as we navigate this crazy world that we live in. Now let's jump into these stories. Walmart just released a startling warning. Now they issued a warning not too long ago about the economy being in a very bad way. Now Walmart is closing up to 9 stores and looking to make some changes to try to compete with lower income markets. They said the people are struggling and cannot pay for the goods that they're needing. Well, you know, when you talk about places like Walmart and McDonald's and you talk about these bigger businesses, think about what they provide. No matter if you think McDonald's is trash food or no matter if you don't shop at Walmart, they are bigger providers. And when you start hearing warnings that, hey, we're worried about the economy, I think that should help us understand how bad the economy really is. We hear from politicians it's doing great, especially on the left. We hear from the opposition saying, well, it's not as good as it should be. We could do better. However, both parties are spending like crazy. Main Street, normal towns, going to Walmart, going to the grocery is getting tougher and tougher. There was a report from Drudge that said this is going to be a retail apocalypse coming soon. The fact that most commercial real estate and bigger retail giants all have notes that are maturing over the next year or two, meaning their interest rates, of course, are not going down. The fact that they're going to have to refinance probably their lower interest rates to a higher interest rate, and also the fact that they're not out of debt yet. It said that a lot of these places that were already struggling are going to be in catastrophic situations over the next 2 years. And what does that mean for us? That means for us, we're buying from these people. We're buying from these commercial lenders and these real estate giants. So if they have to go up on prices because they're having to cover their expenses, don't you think that that means our goods are going to cost even more than what they're costing now? Remember, groceries are up around 40%. Can we handle another 20%? Can we handle another 10%? Not likely. Of course, Walmart is shuttering. It says that it's just a drop in the bucket compared to the other chains and some of the major problems that other businesses are feeling. I want you to listen to this. Of major providers, people like the Lowe's, the Macy's, the Kohl's, Best Buy, Target, Foot Locker, every one of those are in negative year-over-year sales, meaning their profits are way down. Now listen to this. We are likely looking at around 7,800 retail giants being closed in 2024. So think about, is your economy really doing as good as they say it is, especially when Walmart is closing stores, these major retailers are shutting stores, and we're looking at 7,800 bigger chains of some sort will be shut this year based on the economy and the woes of it and how you don't have the money to spend with them. This is not good, and so therefore it's putting a strain on the banks. I want you to listen to this. The entire system is crumbling. Major red alerts are popping up, and banks, small business, and retailers cannot keep on pressing on. This is from Michael Snyder of the Economic Collapse blog. It says, if the economy is fine, why are so many people in trouble? Why are so many banks in trouble? We talked about last week about the banks being in trouble with the FDIC releasing the warning. Remember, they didn't release what banks they are. They don't want to tell you what banks they are. So I tell you, be careful, watch your banks. According to Mortgage Bankers Association, around $1.2 trillion of commercial real estate debt will mature in the United States over the next 2 years. They will see significant stress, which will cause significant stress for banks, then will make a domino effect of bankruptcies. So not looking good. That's why we always tell you to prepare. But this is from Shift Gold. It says, as inflation rises, Remember, prepare for crime. Because when we have troubled times, when we see perilous needs, we see crime go up because of desperation. From the 1990s to 2022, crime drastically decreased. However, what has happened since the markets have struggled and inflation has went up and more bigger events has happened since pandemics, black swan events, we have seen crime drastically go up. Now, they don't tell you this, but of the crime that's going up, did you know that 64% of the arrest this year of crime has been of non-citizens? So why are we keeping the border open when we're already struggling financially, can't take care of Americans, but now we're opening the border and now we're seeing studies are showing that 64% of the arrests that have been made was actually of non-citizens. So what they are, they're desperate. They're trying to look for new ways of living. We're desperate. We're looking for new ways of making money and saving money. Therefore, we're making a contagion of stress and panic that's going to happen in America because people can't afford things, so now they're looking to steal. People can't afford things, so they're looking to commit crimes to get what they need. Now, does that mean desperation and justification of crime is good? No. But what we're saying is if we're not willing to fix it, because there's no politicians willing to fix it, then I think it's going to get really worse. And that's what a lot of these people are saying. These are some of the biggest economies. Schiff Gold, Michael Snyder, both of these people are known for their economic advice. Then you hear Walmart actually issuing this warning saying, we're in bad spots, but man, these other retailers are in way worse spots than us. Chicago's in a bad way. They've lost tons of their infrastructure, tons of their big retail giants because of crime. But guess what? A new report came out that said the Chicago mayor spent $30,000 just on his hair and makeup for the campaign season. Talking about being a socialist and being for the people. He spent more on his hair than you probably get in your check on a yearly basis. He's spending that campaign. And he's trying to justify it, saying, well, I was helping out local businesses. That's what I'm saying. The political class does not understand actually where Main Street is. They're so much worried about what they're getting personally and being very narcissistic to where you are not important. But now let's hear about one more poor politician. Does this mean Trump is the end-all be-all? No, it does not mean that. But again, it gives us a chance to see something like change the world. Trump broke the internet with this comment. He said, Trump floats eliminating U.S. income tax and saying he will replace it with tariffs on imports. Do you know how crazy that would be? How awesome that would be for the American people to not have an income tax, and that would make the government say, you know what, we got to cut our budget a little bit, but then saying all the stuff that we're having to buy instead of making American products, we're going to put tariffs on it. We're going to put higher taxes on those things coming across the seas. Now, I know most people say, oh, well, yeah, but I mean, we like the stuff that we get from overseas, the cheap stuff from China, blah, 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 blah. I understand that. But what now you're seeing a leader saying, I'm just to give you more money because I'm going to charge you less, and then I'm going to incentivize you buying from American companies. This is huge. Will he do it? Don't know. He has to get it through Congress, which Congress is a joke. Can it happen? Maybe. But at least you have someone willing to say, this is what we've got to do. He is literally saying the quiet parts out loud that what most Americans are thinking. We're overtaxed, underpaid, and we don't have enough money at the end of the month. That's basically what the economy is showing to true Americans. However, we have politicians spending $30,000 on their hair for a campaign season. We have politicians telling you it's all okay. Everything is going great in your economy. And it's not. So hearing Trump say this is not some third party person. This is not some like fringe party candidate. This is the Republican leader saying, you know what, I've thought about just getting rid of income tax completely, like some of these states have done. That would be huge because it would put way more money in your pocket, but then also it would incentivize businesses to create and manufacture goods here in America. That would be the reset that we actually need. So we're down to just a few months. If we see the status quo keep on happening, I think we're going to see a deteriorating economy that's going to get worse because Biden is not changing. He just basically committed 10 years worth of help to Ukraine. They basically committed more of your tax money and revenue basically to give to countries across the world or to businesses to make money across the world. However, you hear his opposition, Trump, saying, I just want to help Americans out. What helps Americans out is cutting their taxes and actually saying we need to have jobs back here. That's completely polar opposites there, and that should help you understand exactly where I come from when I say I do support Trump in this election, and how if we're prepared and we're prepping, this is our best hope. Because I mean, look, for instance, you see the fact that our major retailers are struggling, the economy is faltering, and then crime goes up because of that. Well, who's breaking the crimes? The ones the Democrats are letting in, which is 64% of our crimes federally have been with non-American individuals. So talk about your cities going to chaos. That's where we're putting all these non-citizen people. So come on, guys. I mean, think about it. Just common sense. So when I hear conservatives and Republicans kind of go at each other, and I'm like, look, we're over that. Let's fight our battles later. First, we got to win the election. And the thing is, will we see something catastrophic before then? The UN has a major meeting in September that we'll talk about in another video, and how they're trying to pull power. But the bottom line is, if we don't see the truth and reality of our economy, when Walmart is warning us and when Biden is keeping the status quo like it is, how bad is it going to get for our dollar? Guys, give me your thought on this video. I hope that you can see the value of no income tax. Making stuff back here in America could change the world, and definitely change America for the better. Let me know your thoughts. God bless.